Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the GW Panther. It's the Tier 7 German SPG. This one's located on the north spawn of Prokhorovka, and it's under the command of TanqAndTonic. And he sent me quite a few replays with the GW Panther in the past few months, and I thought I'd put together a video with a few of those games so you can enjoy them. Well, you may notice he's got 3 marks of excellence on the barrel, so he knows what he's doing with this Arty. 15cm howitzer, capable of 600 alpha and penetrating 39mm of armour with standard ammo. He's actually loaded a few of the advanced, or rather shall we say alternative HE with no stun. 730 alpha off those, 49mm of pen. And he's also got some heat rounds as well for 400 alpha, but 224mm of pen, so much more effective at enemy heavy tanks. Okay, up in the bowl we've got the Lorraine 40-ton tank who's, well, trying to get some spotting in, and instead he's lost 254 hit points and he's been stunned. Just at the edge of the bowl we've got a Scorpion, and somebody's requesting fire on that guy. It looks like it's one of our Astron Rexes. Instead, for the moment, TanqAndTonic's decided to look at the Canon. He's almost loaded. He's holding fire just for another confirmation of where the target is. And instead, the Scorpions come back. And in fact, so is the Carnarvon X. Action X. No, they hit the wreck, unfortunately. And he's changing position with his gun up. Standard reload, 25.89 seconds. TanqAndTonic's got 22.78. So he's reduced it a little bit. He's not using premium consumables. Most people do because it improves accuracy as well as reload time. Rounds out. RNG said no, or niet, or 999. And it went to one side. And that one's gone. Okay, he's looking around for another target now. Where are you? Well, there's the Scorpion. He's dialing in on that guy because he's got very thin armor. If he can hit that one, he'll certainly make a big dent in it. But no, the target moves away before the shell arrives. Now, as you know, the GW Panther never got constructed. They did make some models, some very nice models. Krupp made them. And they took them to show Hitler what could be done. And the Germans did actually need new SPGs because all they had up until that point was the Vespa, the Gorilla, and of course the Hummel. I mean, they were very good Artys, but they needed more Artys, and they needed Artys with a specific capability of dismounting the gun and mounting it on a fixed mount on the ground so they could then be used against enemy vehicles coming in from all different directions. It had to be able to fire in all different directions. That was the hit. Bisonte 262, non-penetrating shot. We can't see where it hit, but I know people think, well, you're over-analysing these shots, but it's very important to learn where the shell went, to see exactly what part of the vehicle you hit, to see if you can hit somewhere that's vulnerable. He's going for the Bisonte again. He fires blind. Didn't hit it, but may have splashed it. I just heard the roar of Arty, and yes, enemy Arty has fired in this direction. I'm not sure if he spotted that, but he ought to be aware that the enemy Arty knows where he is, or at least is trying to angle a shot in his direction. He didn't fire. Yes, I think that might be not to give the game away to the enemy Arty. And see if he fires again, the enemy Arty. Or we might get an idea of where he is as well. He might be down by the railway line. Meanwhile, up on top of the hill, we've got an Object 777 version 2. One of the reward tanks. Nope. Nothing come out. just to let you know as well, if you're a follower of the channel, we've now reached over 7,600 videos. We're only putting out 2 a day. At one point we were putting out 30 videos a day, only for a brief period, and then we tried to reduce it and we were putting out about 10 a day. Oh, we got some damage off that one. In fact, he actually did hit the guy. And there's the enemy Arty trying to counter battery and failing, because of course TanqAndTonic is aware that that guy knows where we are, and now he's relocated. He can't be hit. Well, not until the guy recalibrates. When we opened up the second channel, the other channel being the general World of Tank Replays, we were putting out 5 replays a day on that channel alone, and so we decided that we would reduce the number of videos going up on this main channel to at least 2 a day, sometimes 3. And that way you had a selection of videos you could look at. You could look at the Arty videos and the tank videos we put up on our main channel, which is monetized, or you could go to the other channel, which is not monetized. No, nothing off that one. Yes, you could go to the other channel, which is not monetized, but there's no commentary on that one. And the reason is, obviously, it's much easier to produce videos without any commentary, because of course it doesn't put a strain on my voice. If I was to commentate on every video I put up, I probably wouldn't have, well, I'd have a very hoarse throat all the time from all the damage I do to my vocal cords. The interesting thing about the videos on the other channel, oh, tree goes down, somebody's there, is that, of course, there are loads of pools medals, and sometimes the guys on those channels, they don't just end up with the pools medals, they get Kolobanovs, they get Faden's medals, you name it. But it's some really excellent play, first class play, well worth paying attention to. In fact, for quite a while I know that Klaus Kellerman was picking his replays from that channel, from that area, and oh, here comes another. And that one did hit, and we now know it's the S51 that's firing at us, and I think he's firing at us from the railway line. Okay, so lost a few hit points there, 206, that's a very near miss from a 203mm howitzer on the S51. He's using the big gun. Rounds out the Black Prince, and yes, he got some splash, but TanqAndTonic really needs to move away from this area. If you get hit, don't stick around. We can tell why the enemy Arty's not sending a shot every few seconds, because he's got that big 203mm B4 howitzer, and it does take about 30 seconds to reload. Even if you've got a rammer, a good crew. Rounds out. Oh, he just hit that Striv S1. He got a direct hit on him, and you can see he knocked the tree over as he pulled back. Things are not going well though, because the enemy is starting to move into our territory. There's an FE4202 having a go at our AE phase 1. If he fires at the FE4202, oh, and he didn't have to, because the AE phase 1 took care of matter. Black Prince hit the tracks. Ideally, he needs to move away from this area, find a new firing position. He got some stun assist. That was the S51 just firing another round in, landed behind us. He's obviously trying all the positions. What TanqAndTonic needs to do right now is put a big bit of distance between him and this spot, preferably to go, say, about 100 meters over to the other side. Okay, Object Travel 7 version 2 fires some round in. I'm now beginning to think that the oh yes, it's the S51 actually has the 152mm BR2 gun, not the B4, because he is firing more frequently. Maybe he was picking other targets when he fired previously. Black Prince, he's a splash kill. Just put a round near him and he'll expire. Rounds out. Oh, he didn't get it, but yep, there's the enemy Arty trying to respond to him. Now that enemy Arty is actually making a bit of a boo-boo, because what he's doing is he's constantly responding to TanqAndTonic instead of TanqAndTonic's teammates. And as a response, TanqAndTonic's actually doing real damage to the enemy. And he got the Black Prince this time. But he definitely needs to move away from this spot, because that S51 is determined to get him. Here's the Carnarvon Action 10 that we saw earlier in the battle. He's moved over closer to the railway line. We've lost sight of him. He won't have moved far. I think he's looking up at the hill to see the Bisonte and try and shoot at him. Okay, there's the Carnarvon. He's not looking up at the hill, but he has taken another hit, and this time 264. And the S51 hasn't fired in our direction this time round. There's the Carnarvon. He's looking towards the west. Rounds out the Carnarvon. Another hit, 110 this time. He's thought about knocking the tree down there. That would give the S51 something to look at, maybe to fire at. But no, he decided against. And I thought I heard another shell landing from the S51. The enemy Bisonte is just the other side of the bowl. Our Jagdtiger's gone into the bowl. And there's the Bisonte. He moves slightly over, going towards the railway line. Line him up, rounds out, and yep, a near miss for 123. He moves away from the trees and wait for that S51 to try and hit us again. No, it looks like he's given up and he's now firing at the tanks because they're more important. We're running short on time. There's still a lot of enemy, either on, well, a lot of team members on both sides. I'm now beginning to think that they're not going to finish this one in time. 2-minute warning. You can see where he hit that Carnarvon. That yellow stain on the front of his upper plate. That was one of the hits. Rounds out. Lands in front of him for 162. You might want to change position, TanqAndTonic. He hasn't. Well, the enemy's just lost their batch at 25 TAP, but we really need to move because we're running short on time. Bisonte rounds out. That's a hit. Upper plate on the right hand side. Change position. No, the enemy S51 is totally fixed on the tanks now. He's not firing in our direction. Their Object 777 version 2 has come off the hill, going for the Carnarvon, and he's pulling back, and now that's the 1-minute warning. Direct hit again for 247. That was a much bigger hit. But we're running short on time. There's still 5 enemies out there. I don't think they're going to complete this one. It looks like it's going to be a draw. Our Super Hellcats decided to go, how shall we say it, balls deep. Lovely hit on the Carnarvon again for 127. It hit the heavy armour, but the Super Hellcat finishes them off. I think we just saw where the S51 is. He's on the other side of the railway line. But there's still 3 enemy left and only 12 seconds left on the clock. The Super Hellcat got killed. The GW Panther revealed himself. I'm not sure we're going to get another shot in. Might be worth it. No, he couldn't dial in time. And the shell falls short. Well, here's the end of the battle results, and it was an ace tanker game for TanqAndTonic. He did more than enough damage to do it. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 11. And he got a Gauze medal because he did more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. But it was a draw because they ran out of time. If we look at the team score, we can see that he actually managed to get the highest damage on his team. 3,010 hit points, but it wasn't the highest damage overall. That went to the Bisonte on the enemy team, who managed 4,252, picked up a high caliber. The second highest damage was the K91PT, the tank destroyer, with 3,389, and then we've got TanqAndTonic with 3,010. When it came to kills, the top scorer was the GW Tiger, got 3 kills. 2 kills went to the Borsig on our team, to the GW Panther on the enemy team, the Bisonte and their Strib S1. And when it came to base XP, it's actually the Bisonte on the enemy team, the high caliber, he got 795, whereas TanqAndTonic got 664, and the third highest damage was the A Phase 1, who died with 593. TanqAndTonic fired 26 rounds, got 11 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations, but 22 splash. Damage of 3,010 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He did receive a hit. It was from the S51. He worked out where he was on one occasion, and TanqAndTonic should have moved away from that corner, but he stuck around and just kept changing position every now and then. 7 hits on the enemy, 7 enemy vehicles damaged, 1 killed, and 1 damage due to players' assistance, and 631 hit points of stun assist off 17 stuns. He earned 27,356 credits from the game, 70,000 from personal missions payout, 3,570 from Achievements Award, that's for getting the Epic Medal, the Gauze Medal, in a losing or drawn game. This was a draw. 116,389 credits altogether, and after ammunition resupply and repair, he took away 84,117 credits profit. 664 XP, 401 for achievements, 1,598 experience points altogether. So, first battle, not bad, very good actually. I don't think you can fault TanqAndTonic in this one. He did his best, but I'm afraid his teammates just weren't up to the task of actually tactically taking the battle to the enemy and winning against them. And so, yeah, all that effort was for naught in the end because it was a draw. Let's have a look at the second replay. And here's the second replay, and no, it's not the same replay you just saw. This is a different one, except of course this one also in Prokhorovka, North Spawn. Well, he's not top tier in this one because unlike the previous one, which was actually a tier 9 game and he was bottom tier, in this one he's middle tier because it's a tier 8 game with some tier 6 tanks in it. So he's middle tier. Now, he's being a bit of a creature of habit. He's moving into the same spot, and I know a lot of Arty players do this because they do actually get good results from a specific area of firing, and they learn how to handle any specific and particular area and watch out for any counter battery and the like. Wow, that AMX-12 time got very, very deep into our territory. He's working out where to put the shell. Oh, fantastic shot. He hit the AMX-12 ton but didn't get a kill. But he did pick up the stun assist because the AMX-12 ton slowed down enough for our teammates to take him out. Now, the enemy Arty in this game is Crusader SP. Now, if he's got the stock gun, he won't be able to reach TanqAndTonic because he'll be just too far away. It's a short-range Arty. It's the same Arty you get in the FE304. But if he's got the top gun, the 5.5-inch howitzer, he should be able to reach TanqAndTonic. And, well, we'll know that if any shells come back in this direction. King Tiger captured? Oh! He is. It is a 5.5 inch because we just saw the tracer and we know where he is now. He's in the bushes next to the railway line. Okay, he's going to focus on the hill. Rounds out, trying to get both of them, and he's stunned both. And he's picking up stun assist off that one. Smart move to try and stun them both because then you pick up loads of stun assists. And that helps you to get an ace tanker. Now he's lost sight of the enemy there, so instead he's going to go for this Excalibur. Now I don't know if you saw it, but there is a video on the Excalibur and how it actually came about. If you want to check it out, I'll leave a link down below in the video, in the text. It's from the Armoured Archives, and the guy who runs that, Ed Webster, or Ed Francis, depending on which name you're using, he's very, very good at these detailed explanations of the various weapons, and sometimes he actually works for Wargaming by providing them with all the information they need in order to make the models for the tanks. And he got a direct hit there. I think it's the 45 TP that he hit. Now, unlike the previous game, this team seems to know what they're doing. They're massing at the top of the hill, getting ready for a rush, going after that King KV4. I think he might have fired that one a little too late, and he looked away, which wasn't very helpful for us, TanqAndTonic. You want to keep your eye on the target so that we get to see exactly what happened. He looked away just at the moment that the KV4 rushed our teammates and got wiped out. Okay, King Tiger captured and the 45 TP are together. Rounds out, lands in front of the King Tiger captured, but I think it might have splashed the 45 TP at the same time. He's leaving the Excalibur, he's going for these heavy tanks instead. Rounds out. That's a hit. 205 hit points from that one. Now, admittedly, I've been less critical of people who do look away because for some reason, when I've been playing Arty over the past couple of months, or in fact, for the past 6 months or so, sometimes I press the button so hard it clicks out of Arty view, so I don't actually get to see my own shots. I don't mean to do it, but it has actually happened. Okay, you can see where that one hit. It hit the side of the turret, right next to where the gunner is. So I think he's got a dead gunner at the moment. And there goes the 45 TP. It's going to try and get the King Tiger. No, he's dead. The enemy's starting to lose tanks, and the Excalibur's decided to turn around and present his side to us, which I think TanqAndTonic will take advantage of. I mean, he does. Went straight through the armour and killed him. That's a pen shot, must be, surely. Yes, the enemy's starting to lose. In fact, I think we just saw the Crusader, and I think the Crusader had the stock gun, not the top gun. Rounds out on the Fury. Splashes him. Try and get another shot. If we can splash him and stun him, then that might slow him down and give the IS-2 a chance to get the kill. Oh, but the IS-2 does it anyway with a 122mm round. This is going much better. 4 tanks up on the enemy. This team seems to know how to attack, and they're putting a lot of pressure. There's, oh, we saw a tree just go down. That's the Crusader. There he is. And I think he has got the stock gun. And that's a big hit, but not a penetrating shot. And that's the end of his game. Only 4 enemies left, and I think they're mostly on the west side of the map. There might be one on the hill. Or is it? No, he's not on the hill, because of course they just came from there. So he must be over this side. Rounds out. No, didn't hit the first prototype. Okay, the enemies left are a T-54 first prototype, an ISU-152, a Panther M10, and a Steel Waffenträger. They're in amongst those bushes on the west side. There's the ISU. Well, splashed him for 150. Our platoon mate in the Hellcat got another hit on him as well. And the ISU is down. Only 3 left. Yeah, they don't want to go near the cap, because obviously if they do go near the cap, they're probably going to get shot at. The Lorraine 40 ton has done the smart move. He's actually moving through the dip there, which means he can get close to the enemy and allow his teammates to spot where they are, and he'll get the assist. Rounds out the Steel Waffenträger. Oh! He dies before the shell arrives, but I'm pretty sure it would have hit. And there's the first prototype up on the bank, trying to escape, but he's knocking trees down as he goes, and that slows him down enough for our teammates to get the kill. Well, here's the results of the second game, and that was also an ace tanker game for TanqAndTonic in the GW Panther. He got a Bruiser medal in this one for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 10, and in this one he did get a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. We can see that in this one, his team did much better at getting at the enemy. Even so, it was still the ISU-152 who actually managed to get the highest damage with 2,793 hit points, but it wasn't enough for a high caliber, so he didn't have 20%. The second highest damage was the Scorpion, who got 2,718, and the third highest damage in the game was the IS-2, who managed 1,954. TanqAndTonic managed 1,626, which put him amongst the also-rans, you might say, in this game. Had 3 players ahead of him on damage, but there was 2 players on the enemy team who had more than him, so he actually is in 6th place overall. When it came to kills, the high scorers were the Scorpion and the IS-2, both had 4 kills apiece. 3 kills went to the ISU-152, and 2 kills went to the Lorraine 40 ton and the Bisonte. TanqAndTonic only got 1 kill in that game. When it came to base XP, TanqAndTonic was at top, and the reason for that was he was stunning the enemy tanks, which was making it much easier for him to pick up stun assist, and he was doing so in such a way as to get them at the same time, 2 tanks at once. 1,300 base for him, 897 for the IS-2, 880 for the Lorraine 40 ton. He fired 15 shots in that game, got 6 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations but 16 splash. Damage of 1,626 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 1, and did 3,000 hit points of stun assist of 15 stuns, and that's how he got the ace tanker. 37,093 credits from the game. After ammunition resupply, 38,840 credits left over. Profit, 1,300 XP, took away 1,950 experience points altogether. So the second game was much better because he had a team who knew what they were doing. TanqAndTonic took advantage of that to stun the enemy, give them a chance to take those enemies out, and as a result picks up a high caliber and the highest base XP in the game. Let's have a look at the third battle. And in the third battle, we're on the south spawn of Murovanka. Game on. You know, I think it's a great pity that Wargaming didn't put the full Maybach engine with the supercharger into the GW Panther. It's only got an unsupercharged engine, which means it's got half the horsepower of the tanks that are in the game, the Panther tanks. That's not just the actual Tier 7 Panther, but also the VK3002M, the Poodle, the Baguette. All of those Panther-based tanks actually have much more horsepower than the GW Panther. It really makes it slow for us to move about the battlefield. Rather unfair. Rounds out. Oh, nice! 125. He stuns him. He's getting assist. And there goes the Super Chappie. Nice! Excellent. Oh, did you see that? That was the enemy Arty responding. The kill shot for the Super Chappie actually went to the M44. Rounds out the T34. Yep, he took a nice bit of damage. And he got some stun assist. Yep, enemy Arty is definitely responding to us. I think they know our general whereabouts. It might be a good idea for TanqAndTonic to move from this position. Over in the Magic Forest, we see a Leo with very low hit points. He's vulnerable. He could be taken out by a splash. Back up a little, rounds out. Here we go. Kill shot! Beautifully done. That was a direct hit as well. He didn't need a near miss. He just needed to plonk the guy. And he plinked him. Okay, Lorraine 40 ton of the IS-6. I'd go for the Lorraine 40 ton. He's got less armour, so it makes him more vulnerable. Plus, of course, he had lower hit points. He does move faster, though. That's the problem. So you have to anticipate it's a 3-second delay for the shell to get there. He slowed down, rounds out, and that must have been close. So wise move to actually wait until the enemy tank stops moving about so rapidly and just stops for a second to take a shot to let his aim dial in. That's when you hit them. That's when they're most vulnerable. Porlak tank pulling back. Alurba behind him. Oh, it overshot. It would have been nice to get some stun assist there. Enemy Arty coming our direction. Waiting for that reload to go in. I think if he tempts that lurver to come to the corner again, and I think they are going to do it. Just come on. It's perfectly safe. Rounds out. That's a hit. 189. Oh, heard Arty. Yep. Well, the Porlak tank's gone down, but enemy Arty is now dialing in on us. They're getting it closer. Now will be a good time to find a new firing position. Okay, try and line up a shot on the Charioteer. Again, I think the Lorraine 40 ton looks a much better target. Oh, he's gone. He's been popped. So let's pick somebody with who's going to be much easier to hit. Oh, he fires at the IS-6 and doesn't get anything off that shot. Ouch. He did have low hit points though. The Charioteer makes a much more inviting target now. He's got thin armour. Rounds out. Looks good. 120. Well, we've broken through on the west side of the map, and the enemy S-51 has been spotted. The enemy team's got 3 Arty. Well, they've just lost the S-51. They've got 2 M44s. He fires around in the IS-6 and gets 189 from near miss. That EBR is being a real pain. And the Alpine Tiger has gone down to the Charioteer. He shot him in the ass as he was trying to take out the IS-6. It looks like the enemy have actually won the Magic Forest. We've got a Scorpion G right on the outskirts, but our guys are up the other end of the map, and I'm pretty certain that they're going to find the enemy out. So they found the M44. Round south. Fast fire. Kill shot. That's the 2nd kill now. Oh, Cromwell just started taking hits. So there must be an enemy tank yet nearby, and there is. It's a tank destroyer. The E-25, he's gone. Cromwell takes him out. The other M44 must be fairly close. They're looking for him, or have the... Oh no, he's already been killed. He's already been taken out. So there's only 4 enemy tanks left. The Hellcat, the EBR, the Charioteer, and the IS-6. I'm certain they're going to turn around and go back north to get a reset. The M2Y is... Well, he's saying help. That means he's probably under fire. We saw a tree go down and another one in the Magic Forest. We can just see that on the screen. There's the Charioteer. Okay, now if the Cromwell can keep him spotted. TanqAndTonic fires around in, and oh, he knows to pull back in time. He must have sound detection. IS-6 is a one-shot. I think you can get him with a splash kill. Oh, it's going back to the Charioteer. It does have thinner armour. Long flight time though, 4 seconds nearly. 3.7. You have to put a long lead on the target. Cromwell looks like he's going to try and ambush the Charioteer. The EBR's gone. Cromwell's managed to come in and get the Charioteer in the rear, but unfortunately the Charioteer shut him down fairly quickly. Okay, Charioteer's aiming, rounds out. He pulled back just in time, but he did get stunned, and he's now jockeying with the Brask. The Hellcat's coming in. Oh! The Brask goes down to the Charioteer with his big gun. So it's 3 versus 3 now. 2 Artys and a tank destroyer versus 1 heavy tank and 2 tank destroyers. But remember, their heavy tanks got very low hit points. They've only got 658 hit points on their entire team. It's less than half the amount we've got. But remember, we've got 2 Artys. And the Scorpion is still next to the Magic Forest. And he's just killed the IS-6. Now, if he's got the right shell, a Scorpion could really damage that Charioteer. But it looks like whoever has the Charioteer knows how to use it. Okay, we've got the Charioteer in sight. Rounds out. Fantastic shot! And the M44 shotguns the Charioteer out of action. Well done, M44. So that's Arty's working in combination. TanqAndTonic stunned him. The M44 took him out of the game. The Hellcats found the M44, and he must realise that the M44 is still reloading or close to reload. Oh, what a shot! That was epic! What a great final shot for the game. Well, here's the end of battle stats, and what a great shot that was right at the end of the game. It's an ace tanker game for TanqAndTonic and the GW Panther. He certainly earned it in that one. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he managed to get 12, and he got another Confederate, like in the previous game, for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. His win rate wasn't particularly high, it's only 1,881, but he did have a big effect on the battle, and if we look at the team score we can see why. The highest damage in the game was that charioteer. Yes, he was a real nuisance. He got a high caliber and a top gun for 4,241 hit points, but TanqAndTonic managed to tag him, and then the M44 managed to bag him with a nice shotgun right at the end of the game. 4,241 for him. Second highest damage in the game was Armoured with 3,328, but unfortunately he got taken down by the charioteer. And the third highest damage in the game was the enemy E25 with 1,719. TanqAndTonic managed 1,358 in that game. And the M44, who got that great shot on the charioteer, he got 797 and 2 kills, which is not bad as well. When it came to kills, it was actually the charioteer who did the best with 6, so he got a top gun. 3 kills went to the Brask, the M2Y, and to TanqAndTonic, and 2 kills, of course, to that M44 and the EBR Hotchkiss. When it came to base XP, it was the Brask who did the best with 1,058, but very close behind him was TanqAndTonic with 1,052, and 860 went to the Cromwell B. He fired 15 rounds in that game, got 5 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations but 13 splash. Damage of 1,358 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He did receive 1 hit by way of splash. That was the enemy, I think it was the S51 who did that. He was firing in from right at the other end of the map. He managed to work out where TanqAndTonic was, but he didn't try again, which was good. 9 enemy vehicles were damaged, 3 were killed, and 697 hit points of damage assist and 971 hit points of stun assist of 10 stuns, and those combined figures actually earned him the ace tanker. 37,958 credits to the game, and after ammunition resupply took away a profit of 21,158. He got 1,578 XP, times 2 for the first victory, 3,156 for completing a mission, and 6,312 experience points altogether. Yes, it was certainly an exciting end to the match, and considering how dangerous that Hellcat and Charioteer were, it was very lucky that they did manage to get them the way they did, because they went straight for the Arty. You notice that they left the Scorpion alone. They didn't want to go near the Scorpion after he took out the IS-6, but they went straight for the Arty, and of course it didn't work out so well for them, because TanqAndTonic and the M44 were ready for them and able to take them down. I hope you enjoyed all those replays, all 3. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And of course, please do remember that we will be bringing you more replays just as soon as I can put them together and after my voice recovers. Thanks for watching.